Hi, I'm Meg.
And I'm David.
Welcome to The Average Vegans, a podcast to help you live an attainable vegan lifestyle. We're not the ripped influencer vegans you hear about in other podcasts. We're just some ordinary people living in the South, eating plants and loving animals. First, a little housekeeping. We want to give a special thank you to everyone who listened to the first 3 episodes of the podcast. If this is the first episode you're landing on, make sure to go back to those first ones and you'll learn a little bit about us, especially the very first episode. We go over who we are. So thank you to everyone. And a special thanks to anyone who left us an Apple Podcast review. For some reason, those make a big difference in the podcast world. So if you'd like to leave us a review, we would love that.
Absolutely, yeah. It helps the algorithms. It helps also any podcast app you use. If there's a like button, a star button, anything like any way to rate and leave a review, it helps with algorithms as far as like them floating to the top and things like that.
So we appreciate it so much.
Now with the housekeeping out of the way, Meg, thank you for starting us off. This episode, we're talking about our favorite YouTube channels, our podcasts, our experts or Instagram influencers, people that kind of like help us along and make our decisions. And I think this is really good, especially if you're starting out or you're trying to find some motivation, whether it be in the kitchen or in the gym or just some mental health or physical health or just something to kind of push you along into your next level. If you're looking for the next level. That's what I use them for, especially when I'm meal prepping. I go through all of my influencers. I'm like, all right, what'd you make? Oh, that looks delicious. I'm going to make that for lunch.
That's how you find some of the best recipes. It's definitely on YouTube more than some of the other options we're talking about today. But I use YouTube to find vegan recipes all the time. So this episode's really going to help you guys if you're looking for other people to get vegan information from besides us. I mean, make sure we're at the top of that list.
We're number one. We're number one. We got Instagram, we got a podcast, and technically we have a YouTube channel because all of our episodes get posted to YouTube. So technically you can follow us there.
We're just everywhere.
We're everywhere. And of course, you can't find us on your podcast. I mean, maybe you found us through social media. You're on the website listening. If you can't find your podcast that you use, podcast app that you use, go to our contact page, theaveragevegans.com. Go to the contact page and let us know where you can't find us. I'll get us on there and let you know when it's there.
That's right. If you see any issues, that's where you can let us know too. Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about our favorite YouTube channels. Some of these we both love. Some of us are individually loved. So
some of these I haven't even heard of. To be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, well, some of yours I've never heard of either. Fair. So there's just so many options in the world. I mean, you can't watch them all, but these are definitely ones we love. So we're going to start with Cheap Lazy Vegan, who is like a vegan god to me. I love her so much.
I love her. I love how she go. Okay, okay. we're gonna make like a quick Asian pasta. Okay, I'm like, all right. Okay, all right.
I love her. Her food is divine.
I like her hair. It's luxurious, man. It's all wavy and green and it's all like cute, dude. I like her hair.
Oh my God. That's a good point. I do have some notes about the people I like, and some of them are because they're cute. So
and I just riff. She has notes. I just riff, guys. So
well, Cheap Lazy Vegan, she does a lot of Asian food, but she also does like comfort food, easy recipes. She talks about vegan topics, like how to handle the questions you get when you're vegan. But she's really known for like her cooking episodes, and it's, oh my God, they're so good.
Well, she actually owns a restaurant. She owns a cafe that's like right near where she lives. I think she lives in Toronto. She's from Canada.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think almost all.
A lot of them do.
Majority of the YouTubers I love are Canadian.
Yeah.
Yes.
a couple are actually from in Europe. But one thing I do love about her stuff is it's Cheap Lazy Vegan. So typically it's really simple stuff. It's most of her recipes I found. Switch gears a second is they're most of the stuff like she finds in her fridge. Like, I had a little extra tofu and some tempeh and these beans and that, some frozen corn, and she makes these crazy, like really good, like ramen meals or these noodle meals. She uses a lot of kimchi because she's Vietnamese, I think.
I think so,
She
yeah.
uses kimchi and a lot of like. Oh, I'm sure she's Korean. She uses kimchi and like some Korean spices, but it really can change up your. If you have a palate's adventurous, you're looking to change things up. Great channel.
Yes, definitely some unique recipes on there. Another channel I think we both love, Sweet Simple Vegan,
I don't know this one.
right? No,
This
I
is one of
thought you
yours.
did. I thought we talked about them. They are a couple. I love them. They do like taste tests sometimes, kind of like what I want to do with the podcast, where we try a bunch of different cheeses or whatever. They kind of do things like that. They do easy recipes, what they eat in a day. But my favorite thing is they have a series where they show you what you can eat vegan at popular restaurants and fast food chains. So if you're like at work and you get stuck having to go, back when we could like go to restaurants, you get stuck having to go to some
Memories.
random non-vegan restaurant. They most likely have covered some of them, and that way you can figure out what you can eat. So you have to look them up, David,
Yeah, I have no
among
comments because
everyone
I
else.
don't know. I do like channels who show restaurants and what you can eat at certain restaurants. It definitely kind of makes things a little easier. And maybe even open your mind up to things you didn't know existed in certain places.
Right, exactly. And it makes it easier than having to search through their nutritional list when I can just kind of see what they've done. Okay, so my next favorite is Merle O'Neill. She has her own YouTube channel, but she's also on the Goodful YouTube channel and on Tasty sometimes as well. A lot of people have seen her videos because she makes she'll make like bacon out of carrots and stuff like that, but then she gives them to her friends and they have to guess what she made it out of, like what's the ingredient that's the basis of this meal. And I find that so interesting
Hmm.
to see like if they can figure it out. And just 3 weeks ago she posted a video titled "Why It's Okay to Be an Imperfect Vegan,"
Yeah,
and I was
well,
like, that's interesting.
yeah, we'll have to link to that. I haven't seen that video. I'm gonna look into that, but that's something
Yeah.
definitely.
It's definitely an interesting like take, because that's kind of our thought process too, that
Mhm.
you know kind of being an average vegan. So when I saw that, I got so excited. She's also beautiful, so there you go.
Always helpful.
um how about you talk about one of your favorites now, and then I'll come back to some of mine.
Actually, the next two are actually the ones that's some of my favorites. The Avant-Garde Vegan, or Gaz Oakley. Oh, I don't can.
Yeah,
We'll say Oakley. Yeah, Oakley
let's
Doakley
go for it.
Oakley.
Yeah, yeah.
And he does quick meals, high protein meals, and Meg likes is pointing out in our notes here that he is handsome.
He is
I
very
mean,
handsome.
he's a good looking dude. I'm comfortable enough. I'd be
Oh.
like, yeah, he's got the beard, so he's a cool guy. He has hair, which I'm jealous of, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But he's actually in England. He's located
Yes.
in England. He's actually she's actually a chef. He went to school. He went to
Hmm.
culinary school. And he makes really nice meal prepping. I've actually done some of his meal preps. He's a couple of meal preps. I've actually done the whole
Oh.
thing. Um, and it was awesome. I mean, all the stuff is amazing.
Right.
He does make some
Right.
things that are a little more intricate, especially if you're the type of person who loves like go in the kitchen and really put your hands in a bowl and really make something that's from scratch and heart. Great channel. He has some amazing recipes. He had one where he actually made vegan pepperoni from scratch.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, that takes dedication, a lot of time. Oh
Wow.
my god! And it's one of those like I want to make it, but there's like four ingredients of things that I just don't have in the kitchen. It's just not something I
Right.
normally have on hand, but I want to make it so bad. But
That sounds amazing.
he makes some really really good stuff. A lot of his cuisine is I would say it's international. A lot of Indian,
Yes.
a lot. He makes a lot of like Asian foods, and he does a lot of
Like Middle
European
Eastern foods. Yeah.
delicacies, stuff like that. But yeah,
Hmm.
he does has amazing recipes. His videos are high quality, great production value, and
Yes.
they're enjoyable to watch. Just to watch him cook and way he explains things and he has some jokes and stuff. So I love watching his videos simply just for the entertainment value.
I feel like, and I'm going to give a little shout out to one of our friends. I feel like this avant-garde vegan would be a great channel for Rosie to listen to.
Yeah.
Rosie, if you're listening.
Oh
You should
yeah, yeah,
watch.
she
Yeah,
gets
she
in the
would
kitchen
make
and
those,
she goes
right?
ham in the kitchen. She was vegan
Yeah.
ham in the kitchen, seitan ham in the kitchen, and she would
Yeah, you need to watch that channel.
I want some of that
All
hot
right, you talk.
Rosie, if you're listening, I want some of the hot sauce.
Yes,
It looks
I do.
delicious. But next is Simnett Nutrition, and I feel bad I can't remember his name to save my life. But he goes by Simnett Nutrition. All of his and Meg, if you want to look that up, I'll probably help out.
I'm going to.
But
Totally forgot
he
to.
is a fitness expert. He's actually a certified nutritional practitioner. I've listened to a few podcasts on like how came where he is. He worked in I think like he was like in business.
Derek.
Derek, yes,
I never call him by his first name.
We're cool. Me and Derek go way back. We're good. But yeah, he's a certified nutritional practitioner, and he does a lot of like vlogging, what I eat in a day. One thing he's kind of like known for in like this part of this type of the community is his sauces. He's the sauce man. He just like, and every video he has, okay, we're gonna do a sauce, and he breaks it down. You need a sweet, you need a savory, you need a tangy, you need emulsifier, and he makes these sauces just out of the blue, and he's like, okay, yeah, perfect, there you go. But he does. I love his what eating a day. And this is true. A lot of people that I like, especially on YouTube, they're very down to earth, positive energy kind of people. He goes on bike rides. He films his bike rides. He'll stop and go, "This is a mushroom. You can pick and eat this. Look, and eat some berries." He had a thing where he actually had rabbits. When he would go on his bike rides, these rabbits would come out to him. He would sit with rabbits. It's like level 12 vegan and insane. Like, oh, look, rabbits! So they just come up to him. He feeds them carrots. And he's just like, my rabbit friends.
He's like the male Snow White.
Yeah, Derek is he's fantastic. And his girlfriend is on my list in here as well. A little further down. But Derek,
I like his amazing food series where he picks like one ingredient, like why bananas are the most amazing ingredient kind of thing. Like he just picks one and focuses on why that's a great ingredient. It teaches you so much. Not to mention he has all these great recipes that he shares too, but like the level of knowledge you gain from watching him is insane. So we definitely love him.
Yeah,
we both love him.
Yeah. Derek is fantastic. Again, that's if all the channels people ask me what channel should I follow for it goes just beyond cooking and just like, oh, here's how you make this certain meal. Derek is one of those guys, just simply for the energy that he gives out, workout tips and mental health tips, stuff like that. So Derek's fantastic.
The next one is Rachel Ama. And she does like skincare. She's currently pregnant. So if anyone listening is pregnant, she can help you kind of learn what vegan options are best when you're pregnant. She does comfort food, really kind of every kind of like style of food. It's not just one kind. She's really pretty. And she breaks down the recipes in a really easy way. Like she just talks to you like you're in the kitchen and she's just having a normal conversation with you, and it's not like as staged as some other YouTube channels. So I really love her. The Vegan Zombie.
Yeah, he's another
this guy.
Well, do what?
I love him. Have you heard of him?
I've heard of him. Oh yeah, I've heard of him. He's kind of like with Earthling Ed. He's like on the same like plane of like vegan famousness. He's been vegan for like 20 years, and he does a lot. He's done quite a few vegan non-vegan debates, and he does. But yeah, I mean, we can get into what he does.
Yeah, he does some like Trader Joe's hauls, like for minor things before we get into like the more serious stuff. But he like tells you like the new things at grocery stores like Trader Joe's and other ones. He'll go in and find things. Like he literally just searches around and shows you things. If he does a recipe, it's something unique. Like for Halloween, he just did like skull-shaped pizza ball thingies. They're like pizza stuff inside.
Oh, I've seen them before.
Like
yeah, I've seen them before.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah. So he just did that. So like if he does a recipe, it's something different for sure. He does like taste tests too. I think it's usually with his family. He has like they do like the new items out there, and he interviews really important vegan activists and things like that. So my favorite thing about him is someone left him a comment, and this whole exchange went viral. I think someone left him a comment on one of his Instagram posts and said, you should, something like, you should really quit this vegan stuff, you look like 30. And he goes, oh, that's good, I'm 43.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I saw
Like,
that. Yeah.
and I've seen it like a million times shared by a bunch of other people.
Oh. Okay. We're getting robots from Meg. This is what happens in the COVID when we're recording digitally. So vegan zombies, I'll take over while Meg's working her way back to us. Yeah, I like vegans. You with me? Okay, with me. All right, I'm leaving it in. I'll leave these in, man.
I'm back.
This is real life, people. This is you listen to the stream for.
Listen,
I like podcasts
technology.
where it's like you're here, you're a fly on the wall, listening in. This is real life. This is what happens. This is
things happen.
Technology during COVID, man. What are we gonna do?
Especially because I'm in a closet. So I mean, it's the best I can do right now.
Right now, are we all in a closet right now?
I mean, a little bit. Yes.
No, this okay. We're changing the topic. What are you? No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go.
Okay, so my next channel is called MadFit, and this is from, her name is Maddie, and she actually has like a normal channel, and that's where I found her from. She's did a lot of traveling. She's vegan, so's her boyfriend, and they would like travel the world. They're, I think, originally from Canada, so it's just interesting seeing them trying to find vegan options in whatever area they move to. But since the pandemic started, her fitness YouTube channel has blown up to the point where she doesn't really post on her normal channel. So that's why I'm encouraging you all to look at MadFit, because she has like not quick, but 15, 20 minute, sometimes 10-minute workouts that you could do at home. And all of her stuff is at home with your everyday fitness equipment, just some dumbbells and a mat, and that's about it. But you have probably been offered her videos if you ever look up workout videos at all, because she uses really popular music. Like, she doesn't care about making money on the ads. She uses like Lizzo music and stuff like that in her videos, so you guys may really like that. Yeah, exactly, get you dancing. Okay, I have another one. Edgy Veg.
I just started
so
following
she does
her.
desserts. I love sweets, so it's like my weakness. The other channels we've talked about, they don't focus as much on desserts, so I wanted to give people like that kind of option. She also does like a lot of copycat recipes, trying to make something that you're used to having before you went vegan. Now she's gonna make it vegan for you. So yeah, exactly. All right, the next few are David's favorites.
Add them to the list. So first one is Brian Turner. Brian Turner is very similar to Simnett Nutrition, Derek's channel. Focuses on more of like, he's a vegan bodybuilder. I'm kind of telling more a little bit who he is. He's a vegan bodybuilder. He mainly does like easy vegan meals, and with his girlfriend Sammy, she's vegan as well. She has a she has a YouTube channel, but doesn't focus much on vegan stuff, mainly on mental health. So I'll talk about her a little later. And skincare health. So Brian, he has competed in bodybuilding competitions, essentially a physique. So he I'm trying to explain him. So he had really, really bad acne, like cystic acne, really, really like the type that's like, ooh, okay, you need medication.
Right.
For it. And so he actually cut dairy because he was doing a lot of whey protein shakes and just a lot of cheeses. So he cut dairy out completely. Just that. That's all he calls dairy. And he noticed his skin started clearing up. It was, he noticed he started feeling a little better. So he was like, okay. And it's really funny. He actually went back and did like a review video, his first vegan video, where he's like, I'm going to try vegan for like a day. So he's vegan for a day. He just tried it. Right. And then he loved it so much. It was easier than thought it was. I watched it too. It's kind of funny. Like the weird, like, what is this vegan cheese stuff? And it's kind of like weird for him at first, but he's a massive advocate, especially for like, kind of loving yourself, because he had a really bad physical issues because of his skin was so bad. So his YouTube channel focuses primarily on vlogging, what I eat in a day, fitness tips, like exercise, workout tips, mental health. Sammy has BPD, so he deals with a lot of mental health issues with her. So a lot of mental health stuff, and skincare. There's some skincare stuff in there. If you're dealing with like really bad acne or skin issues, he has some videos focusing just directly on that sort of stuff.
Lovely.
Next is Healthy Crazy Cool. He's stationed. I don't know why I want stationed. He's not in the military, but he's in Europe. He's in England, I believe. Mostly what I eat in a day. So he was actually a child tennis star.
Oh.
Like that point where his parents pulled him out of school forever and then gave him to like a tennis coach, and he was some world-renowned tennis person. I'm not into tennis, so I don't know. But yeah, I listened to this whole podcast about like his life and like how he got where he got. But he was like this really well-known child tennis star, and then he's got older and kind of went away from it.
Right.
So most of his videos are what I eat in a day. He does nut reviews. So he actually has a jar of like different whatever nut butter and reviews them from nut butter people send him from all over the world, which is it's just fun.
Oh, I like that idea.
But if you're a person, he does a lot of like really big bowls. So if you're the person who likes Buddha bowls, or likes like really big massive salads with a bunch of stuff in them, great channel for you. That's why he does a lot of that. Does a lot of fruit. But I like him a lot because it's he has really good recipes, but his humor, the way he delivers things, it's entertaining. I like information, but it's like almost infotainment. It's giving me information, but it's also entertaining. So it has to have that comedy to it and that kind of that jokiness to it. And he offers a lot of that. He does have some Q&A videos where he's not a very shy person, so he's very honest and direct. If he thinks something is BS or something, or if it's a bad opinion, he's like, okay, this is I could lose my vegan card opinion kind of stuff. So he's very honest and direct, but he also has a bit of that dry British humor that I kind of like.
Right. I love the what I eat in a day videos.
Yeah.
Just so people know, like these are really helpful for you if you're just starting out as a vegan, or even like me when I'm, you kind of get in a rut with what you're eating. But if you just watch like an example of a basic day for someone, like it gives you a little bit more inspiration to try something different.
Well, even that, if you've been doing this for years, like it'll be 9 years for me in next year, and it's just how many times I make the same thing, and making the same thing is not a vegan thing. Like I was the same way before I was vegan. I was like, okay, I guess I'm having this again, because what else am I gonna make? I would say going vegan has opened me up to like more cuisines and more flavors and more spices that I wasn't used to before. But again, I've been cooking vegan for almost a decade. So it's kind of like, okay, I can do like burritos, I can do that. And then sometimes these channels will go, oh yeah, I didn't think about like combining those flavors. Or like, Indian does something good this week. So it kind of gets your wheels turned, especially if you're so used to cooking and making the same general stuff over and over again. It can kind of grease those wheels a little bit and give you some ideas. And my last one on our YouTube list is Vegains. He'll come up a few more times. I follow all his stuff. I started following him because I absolutely loved his energy. He does mainly vlogging. He does mostly he does almost daily vlogs, and some of it he's vegan and he talks about he talks about being vegan through them, but it's just mostly just mental health, positivity. Making it a great day. Everything is awesome because we make it awesome, and it's that positive mental attitude. Especially if you're like, I work from home. Even before COVID, I work from home almost every day. But now we're on COVID, we can't see people, we can't do anything. So you can kind of get in a rut of like kind of down a little bit, and so having just someone you don't know who's just like, let's go get the world and kick its ass. That is just kind of like, you know what? Yeah, we should. Let's go kick its ass. And he is German. He has a German channel, but he also has a English channel. Same for all of his social media. He has a German version and an English version. But his YouTube channel is it's vloggy, so it's a mix of what I eat in a day, where I went today. I went to the gym. Let's talk about like, staying positive when things get tough. And he just has the mental health stuff, which is really, really helpful, I think, for a lot of people, especially in the now times.
In the now times. Well, you've inspired me to follow him because he sounds like I need a little boost.
He
Like he sounds like he'd be that little pandemic boost I need.
He's just so. I'm talking about him a lot because I follow his stuff. He's just so real, and you get so connected. Like he just had surgery. He was in Bali. He goes to Bali every year. Him and his friends got a little cabin in Bali, and he had appendicitis while he was there.
Oh no!
Yeah, and apparently, you don't want to get appendicitis in Bali because things do not go well.
No.
So he got an infection, and he had other surgeries. Had to come back to Europe, and he had to get more surgeries. And the people in Bali messed him up. So he had like a hernia, so they had to put like the mesh, all kinds of stuff.
Oh my
right?
god!
So he's healing now, but like I'm so like he's so open and real. He started crying on camera. I was like, all right, dude, you can't do this, man. It's not cool. Like I feel like we're friends, and I'm upset for you now. But yeah, he's such.
And his name is Ferdinand Beck.
Yeah, Ferdinand.
That is a great name.
And he's just he's a rapper, but like he's just he's a rapper guy. He's awesome. He's an awesome guy.
Okay.
Like, one of the few people I've never met in real life, I just so bad. I was like, dude, can we have like some coffees and like eat some tasty vegan pizza and just I can hear you just talk about how just positive mental attitude stuff. Even through all of his surgeries and the mental and the health issues he's had with the surgeries, still positive. And when he gets upset, he's like, I'm posting this video one time. It's hard to talk about. He gets upset, but he's open and real. And I absolutely love that. Okay, I'm done gushing about him for now.
No, you're not, because we're going into the podcast list.
Yeah,
so
and he's there too.
Vegan podcasts that we recommend, and the very first one is Vegains again.
Right, because I went one of the next. Again, it's the same. It's in his podcast. It's a little. He does more. He does interviews.
Okay.
He has some. Again, it's another. He's open, so some of his stuff is a little more. I would say adult centered.
Okay.
He does kind of like talk about like sexual education type stuff a little bit. Which we're adults. It's important to talk about that sort of stuff. And exactly. But he does a lot of his stuff is more interviews. I think his podcasts are like about 30 minutes long. They're not too long. But again, it's the same stuff, but it goes away from the what I eat in a day vlogging and more directed at the topic. He doesn't post podcasts that often, but when he does, it's just like a treat to listen to him because he's so positive and upbeat about everything. Even when something that's kind of like keeping him down, he can find that silver lining and really kind of talk through it, which is really nice. I guess I'll keep going with the podcast stuff because that was the
Yes, you will.
So Muscles by Brussels. Muscles by Brussels was started by Danny and I'm terrible with names. But Muscle by Brussels, they actually the people who started veganproteins.com because when they went vegan, there was your only option was like tofu, and that's kind of it. You didn't have any vegan options. So they started veganproteins.com, which is still up to sell vegan protein options for like athletes and stuff like that. They do bodybuilding, primarily physique shows. And if your focus is if you're really trying to focus on going in the gym, making them gains in the gym, that's really the podcast for you. They also have a Instagram, and they have a YouTube channel as well, but they post a lot more to their podcast than the YouTube channel. YouTube channel stuff is mostly like 10-minute one-off recipe ideas.
And I looked it up. So it's Danny Taylor and Giacomo Marchesi.
Yeah, very hard name to say. I'm glad you said it.
Did I say it?
It sounded like you said it right. The right name. The first name is right. The right name is first. The first name is right. But yeah, if
I love the name.
Isn't it great?
Muscles by Brussels.
It's again if you're looking to kind of like make them Vegains, not because Vegains took the word Vegains though.
He did.
Yeah. But it's good for again if you're looking to kind of make some vegan gains in the gym. They're much more lean, really heavy on nutrition and weightlifting, stuff like that. Which is stuff that I was into before COVID hit, and I couldn't go to the gym anymore.
A lot of the stuff we're going to talk about in the podcast and in the next section are kind of fitness related. Also, obviously, vegan food, but there's a lot of fitness involved in what we've listened to and flock towards, I guess.
Yeah. I I mean, most of my podcasts are a lot of like gym, health, like nutrition stuff.
Right.
Guys, you also
I listen to the Bearded Vegans, and they're not really fitness guys. They have like an interesting take on very important vegan topics, you know, and they have over or almost 250 podcast episodes. So they have
nice.
literally probably covered it
We got some
all.
goals then, don't
I
we?
I know, I can't even imagine. That seems intense, but
We're coming for you, bearded
so
vegans. We're coming for you.
I mean, we're coming for you because you're bearded. I love the bearded. Bearded and vegan? Oh, goodness.
Right?
David.
Stroke it, beard.
No, but they're a great podcast to listen to, especially because you can look through their giant catalog of episodes and just figure out like which ones kind of fit what you're looking for that day at that time. But it's not all fitness focused. They do talk about like important animal activists and things like that. So that's my vote for podcasts.
I've listened to a couple of theirs. I don't know why I never followed them. I've listened to a
I
couple
don't
of
know.
theirs though. What I listened to I liked. I don't know why. I tend to listen to
Yeah.
podcasts when I'm either when I used to drive to work, but primarily in the gym. So a lot of my podcasts tend to focus on either like mental health or like like eating right and going to the gym. That's what my podcasts tend to focus on. Usually, if I'm watching YouTube, it's at home on the couch on the bed, and I want something a little more like here's what to make for dinner that day.
Right.
I had two more. One was Plant Yourself. Plant Yourself podcast. That one it focuses a lot of overcoming obstacles. He interviews like a lot of vegan authors, people who write
Okay.
people who write
I
books.
like
They're
that.
authors. Yeah, a lot of vegan authors and people who have overcome adversity. So there's a lot of like mental health stuff there. I've talked to him before. Really, really great guy. I'd feel amiss if I didn't remember. Will you look his name up for me, please, Meg? Because
I'm doing it right now.
my keyboard is
I
loud,
hear
and if I try
it. Is
doing
mine not?
it, no, yours is good. I can hear yours.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So he's pulled up.
Howard Jacobson.
Yes, Howard. Howard
Yes.
is he's a really great guy. He actually he helped write. He helped write. What is the there's a book he helped write actually. I actually have over here. But he's actually helped write. Go ahead, look like you had it. Tip your tongue.
The co-author of Sick to Fit.
Yes, there's
Is that
another
what
one he
you're
wrote
thinking
too with Doctor Garth Davis.
of? Oh, I don't see that one.
I went because actually it's a really good book. Plant Proteinaholic.
Ooh, I like
Yes,
that
and that's
name.
right. He helped co-write Proteinaholic and do the research for that. And Proteinaholic focus on like we focus too much on protein, which I agree. I know I talk about you talk about protein a lot, but we kind of do. If you're just if you're not working out, if you're not focusing on like maintaining muscle during like pandemics and stuff like that, protein really isn't much of a concern as long as you're eating a balanced diet. Excuse me, but if if you're someone like me who like works out a lot and try and go to the gym and build muscle, you do need to elevate your protein though. But he's a very soft-spoken, really easy to listen to. If you, I would kind of call his podcast feel a bit audio bookish
Ooh,
because
I
of
like
how
that.
like very soft his voice is and very easy to listen to, unlike mine. Uh, which
Don't say that.
hey man, you call a spade, right? But yeah, Plant Yourself podcast again. It's a lot of mental health interviewing. If you love interview podcasts or interview authors, people who have overcome adversity, athletes, and like the mental things they get through, things like that. Great podcast to listen to. And the last one is that I like is No Meat Athlete.
Ooh, I like that name too. God,
what-
these are so clever.
The average vegan is also clever. Give us some.
It's
love.
very clever.
Absolutely. It was started by Brandon Brazier and
Okay.
a friend of his. It focuses primarily on running is what their a lot of their focus is,
Oh,
and the family stuff. They focus a lot on like because their family they both have families, and setting goals. And kind of like improving who you are, kind of improving yourself. So like I would say their focus is on some athletic, and mostly self-improvement.
Okay.
And I know we call ourselves the
like
average
that.
vegans, but we don't. It's not we advocate staying put. I always advocate people improving themselves mentally, physically, emotionally, and health and their health. But also, we understand that we're not super people, influencers who we live in the gym for 12 hours and have people make our food for us so we can build all big muscles and be all like showing them abs and a big old booty on Instagram. We're not that people.
Which is what we're going to lead into now. Look at you, segue.
Segue. All right.
All right, we're going to talk about fitness experts and Instagram influencers. We don't know what other way to call it, but these are the people we follow mainly for fitness, inspiration, tips, all that stuff. I'm going to start with the love of our life, Bianca Taylor. She is, again, another vegan queen. She is a fitness expert. She's definitely a mental health advocate. She's hardcore, which I love about her.
She's also a twerking expert.
I was gonna say that for last. Why you gotta spoil it?
I'm a terrible person. Hi, my name is David. I ruin everything.
Damn it. All right, listen. I'm gonna keep talking, then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right. She does fitness challenges. She does private training for fitness, for working out. But my favorite thing about her is that she is a strong, independent woman, and she is not afraid to show off that body. She does a lot of twerking videos, and we support that.
If that's your thing, go for it, right?
She encourages you to love your body and to love your sexuality, and I love her for that. So it's not just about what you eat, which she does show some of the most amazing food, but it's also about, the healthiest lifestyle, and twerking is an exercise. Come on.
I can't do. I try. It doesn't work. I can't make it clap. I can't make it clap.
Oh no, I'm gonna die. Like, the visual in my head is killing me.
Can you imagine? Like, I'm doing it. Someone walks in the room. I'm like, nothing. My back. I was stretching. My back hurts. I was like, I need a foam roller. That's what it is.
Well, I can make it clap.
Oh, okay.
Not as well as Bianca.
I mean,
but listen, I'll tell you guys a little something about myself, because it's just a few of us listening right now.
It's close friends. That's all it is. We good.
Yeah, of course. I've said before that I have 2 teenage daughters. One is 19 and one is almost 16. And the 16-year-old, if she's driving me nuts, the one way to get her out of the room is I just start twerking, and she literally will run. And she's like, "Oh my God, Mom, stop doing that." But one day she goes, "Okay, how do you do that?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to teach you. I'm not that stupid."
No,
but I will use it as a weapon to get you out of the room when you're driving me crazy.
Just be like, ask your sister.
There you go. Oh my God. So listen, we support twerking queens. That's right. Especially if they're vegan queens like Bianca is.
Word.
Our next fitness expert and Instagram influencer is Nimai Delgado.
The beast himself.
Oh God. He is beautiful too. And Bianca and Nimai used to be a couple, but they're no longer. Whoa.
They're friends though. They're so close.
Yeah, they're friends. They all support each other. It's lovely. The thing about him that's so amazing is this man has never, ever had meat in his life. There are so few people in this world that can say that. I wish I was one of them. But he's a vegan bodybuilder that's never consumed meat. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, he was raised by
vegetarian.
Vegetarian. But they were Hare Krishnas.
Oh, did not know that.
If I remember correctly. Yep, Hare Krishnas. So they're vegetarian. Hare Krishnas are vegetarian. Right. He went to school for engineering, and he has an engineering degree, and that's what he actually worked on, like for an oil company at one point.
But he is, he's a beast. His body is amazing. But he's definitely like the encouragement. He's the elite athlete that I will never be. Just like Bianca.
I feel like Bianca.
I will try, but I will never be. Okay. I am an average girl.
We're average vegans, man. That's all it is. Roll credits.
That's right.
But
But that doesn't mean we can't pull inspiration from those elite athletes, right? You can just still be in all of them, encourage yourself to work out, which, I gotta do. But using these amazing athletes as an example of like the top notch lifestyle and just trying to get a little bit closer to it. That's kind of my goal.
Yeah, I use Nima and Bianca for my example of like when people start talking shit of like, you're gonna become emaciated or you can't do this, or you can't build muscle. I go, all right, so I'm pull up Nima, and you can go sit down. And
Yep.
then, and I pull up Bianca. I'm like, okay, yeah, you can go sit down twice.
That's right. So we encourage you guys to look these wonderful people up because you're really going to love them. My next pick is Conscious Muscle, who's also a giant man.
Dude, he is
tattooed. He's enormous.
He's my goal. Niamo's Nimai is he's fantastic. Conscious Muscle is my goals. That's like, all right, dude.
Oh my god.
You tell me to do what you do so I can do like you do. Because oh my god, he's just got the beard and just freaking jacked.
And he have like a farm?
Yeah, he has a sanctuary.
Yes.
And
he is like
yeah,
a dream for vegan women and men too. He is definitely oh god, he's something special. But he does he's a fitness expert, but he also does like customized meal plans and workout programs and stuff. And I did use his meal plan for like, I don't know, like 3 months, and it was amazing. It did great stuff for me. I just have a hard time eating the same thing all the time. I can't do it.
Yeah, so yeah, because
like, you just can't do it.
Yeah, so I meal prep. You don't meal prep, so it's something. Yeah, you.
I used to when I worked in an office, but now that I'm at home, it's just like I can cook it while on my lunch break.
I'm like, I don't want to. Oh, yeah. I'll make a big pan or a pot.
Stop looking at my screen for 5 seconds while I cook.
What? I don't understand. I'm a millennial, man. That doesn't make sense to me.
You're a workaholic.
That too doesn't help. But yeah, Conscious Muscle. He has a workout. He has stickers. He has shirts that says "Killing workouts, not animals."
Yes.
Yeah, he's
amazing.
He's a beast. Just insane.
The next ones are yours, and they look like they're beasts too.
Yeah. So we talked about Brian Turner already, and I'm not going to with basically everything for the YouTube stuff, but on Instagram, mostly just pictures of like he has chickens that he rescued in his backyard. He pictures with chickens and his meals and stuff like that. He posts. He's a funny guy, so he posts a lot of stories of just him being just stupid. And he's just a fun guy. If you want vegan and if you want something funny and vegan, great guy to follow on Instagram. Miss Meatless Muscle. I haven't followed her too long, but she is. If you're, she's great, especially if you're looking for a very down to earth, like kind of a female fitness inspiration. She posts a lot of great recipes. That's how I found her because I was looking for stuff to eat for meals for the meal prep. I was looking for vegan meal prep, and she had posted some stuff. That's how I found her. Turns out she lives in Georgia. I found this out recently. Yeah.
Oh, that's even cooler.
Yeah, now I'm all nervous. I'll see her and be like, hey.
We're going to have to, maybe we'll have to interview her at some point.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. But Miss Meatless Muscle, she posts, but she's a fitness influencer, really great recipes, she has a lot of inspirational stuff. But if you're looking for especially if you're looking for some female inspiration from like killing some workouts and making some tasty food, definitely give her a follow. Vegains, talked about him already. A lot of the same stuff on his podcast, his YouTube kind of carries over. A lot of behind the scenes stuff, small things he does that doesn't really make it to a vlog. Hinch Herbivore. So Hinch Herbivore. That's a
great name.
Oh yeah, he's located in England because I also follow him on YouTube. I get a lot more out from his Instagram, but his YouTubes he actually does vegan Q&A on his YouTube, live Q&A. And I actually have asked a couple small questions, just figuring some fine tuning some stuff, and he's helped me out. He's actually a vegan nutritionist. I think he's a certified nutritionist. Nice. And he does a lot of everything he does is he'll do kind of clap back at people who attack vegans. Kind of just so he's in England. He used to be a bouncer. He's a vegan bodybuilder. He's a bodybuilder. He used to be a bouncer, and he realized that he was a very bad person. He would beat people up. He was just violent. And he kind of changed his ways, and he went vegan. He's been vegan for, I think, 10 years, almost 10, like 8, 9 years now. And really great. He posts a lot of recipe stuff, workout stuff, and mostly inspirational. Very much, funny guy too. I love comedy. He's a funny guy. But a lot of inspirational food stuff. My Instagram stuff is filled with bodybuilders and food stuff because that's pretty much what I need in my life.
Exactly.
Sergeant Vegan. He's a great one to follow for animal rights activist stuff.
Okay.
I don't know too much about his story. I think he was in the military, from the Sergeant Vegan stuff. He was in the military, but his main focus. His channel is almost all complete animal rights, animal activism. So if you're looking for tips and tricks in how to like be more active in animal rights, great channel to follow, great Instagram to follow. Patrick Baboumian.
That's a name.
I love Patrick. He's such a nice dude. I've actually met him in person. I've interviewed him before. Really nice guy. He is, I think he's Hungarian. Lives in Germany. He holds multiple world records. He is a power lifter. So he holds multiple world records as a vegan. He's actually, now you know who he is, right?
I know who he is. Yes, the second you said that.
He has like the big chop beard, like the family mutton chop situation. Yeah. So he holds multiple world records in powerlifting. I think he still holds the yoke world record. So basically, they put like 400 pounds on a yoke you carry on your back, and he walked with it. At the end, he yelled "vegan power" at the end of it. And he's actually competed in strongman competitions and won. He actually won the strongest man in Germany competition as a vegan.
Wow.
He used to be like hardcore like meat eater, and he went in dairy and things like that. He actually, one thing he did, he and his wife, they would like rescue birds, like and one day like rescue animals, stuff like that. And he had a bird he found on at the side of the road. He was nursing back to health to release it, and then he noticed that he's about to eat chicken, which is a bird, and he's saving a bird's life, and he realized there's a cognitive dissonance there. Mm-hmm. That's what people say, like, I love animals, but you eat them. There's that cognitive dissonance that happens in your brain when you're separating the two, and that broke, and he was like, why am I saving this but eating this? And it clicked, like, this makes no sense whatsoever. So he went vegan. He still competed as a bodybuilder. He won competitions as a bodybuilder. Then he went to powerlifting and was able to win competitions as a vegan powerlifter. So if anyone tells you can't be strong, you can't build muscle, you can't lift 600, 700, 800 pounds on a vegan diet, Patrick Baboumian puts that to shame and can actually, in fact, the current like world's strongest man was like talking shit, and Patrick was like, okay, you pick one exercise, I'll pick an exercise, and we'll lift and see who wins.
Oh my god!
Do it right now. He goes, let's schedule it up. He's tried to challenge him, and the guy has never accepted the challenge. So,
let me clarify. He is an Iranian-born German Armenian.
I'll say Hungarian. Okay,
yes. That's a beautiful combination.
Yeah, I've watched his What I Eat in a Day. I would not follow his What I Eat in a Day. It is just, it's just he literally fills an entire a blender of just stuff and just, okay, meal number 3, and just drinks the whole thing. I'm like, I couldn't. He's the type of person who just drinks for the nutrients and not for the really taste.
Right.
So he's not really interested in. He's just interested in. He's a powerlifter. Powerlifter, you eat a lot of calories. He's trying to get as much calories as he can in a day, lift as heavy as he can that day, and just he eats a lot of protein because he's trying to build muscle and reduce the likelihood of a breakdown of muscle tissue. So his protein levels are very high. But yeah, I would not follow his eating a day, but he's a massive, massive inspiration. That's for sure. He even tell you, like, don't eat like I eat. It's just bananas. Yeah. Don't do that. It's more than bananas. He eats a lot of bananas, but it's more than that. So Crystal Kennings is actually the girlfriend of Derek of Simnett Nutrition.
Yes.
She's just an absolute. I would say she's an absolute sweetheart. I just her
She
absolute.
really
It's
is.
that grin, that smile, and that like that positivity, that energy she gives out. You notice I love a lot of the positive energy stuff.
Yeah.
I
The two
would.
of them together are
Oh
just
my
like
god,
they just like I don't know. They are
goals.
the quintessential Canadian
It's
sweethearts,
just
you
it's
know? Like
relationship
they're just
goals.
so nice.
But it's
They
just,
are.
dude, it's just so
Yes.
much. It's just so just goals, man. Anyway,
Yeah.
but she is she focuses a lot of her Instagram focuses on women's health,
Oh.
women's mental health, reproductive health, stuff like that. She also does she does some like recipe stuff, general mental health, but a lot of her stuff is focused on. I said stuff a lot. Focused on uh, women's health.
Interesting. Okay, I'll have to follow her
Yeah, she's
because
definitely
I
a good
know
follow.
I follow Derek already. So
Follow Crystal.
which is
She's a really good follow, especially if you're looking for something that's women focused.
right.
She's got to follow her. And of course, Derek's in nutrition. And again, his YouTube and Instagram kind of align a lot. It's a lot.
They
His
do.
Instagram
Yeah.
is a lot more of like behind the scenes stuff that doesn't really make it for a video, but it's more image worthy as opposed to video worthy.
I will add a little thing about Simnett Nutrition. He again, they are in Canada, and he is really amazing at using drones to get the
Yes.
most beautiful shots of the scenery where he like takes walks and explores nature and stuff. Like it's not just about the food and stuff. He is a really great videographer and like putting together kind of this beautiful feeling, like a vibe in his videos. So there's a little
I agree.
added touch there.
Yeah, I say I like the YouTube video stuff for more infotainment. So his production value
Right.
was really good, especially for kind of being a one man team. Where Avant-Garde, Avant Garde Vegan has a lot of production value, but he has a team. Where Simnet it's him.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
And my last one is Sammy Marie. It's she's also Sammy_Grimm, I think is her Instagram name. That is
Okay.
Brian Turner's girlfriend. Her YouTube channel focuses more on mental health. Her Instagram is I would say it's like 50-50 mental health, and the other half is fitness, loving yourself, diet stuff. But she's vegan as well. And so I like following her, especially for just more like it's her attitude. She has that kind of like I don't give a fuck kind of attitude, which I love. And her makeup and stuff is on point.
Oh,
It's just
that's a good little tip
and
there.
I asked her like I messaged her because it's always like it's extra. Like her nails are extra, her makeup is extra, her hair's extra, and I'm like. I love it. It's because like all my friends growing up have always been like the what you call like alt people, gothic metalheads, skaters, just like the people who kind of like the subculture people.
Right.
So I just love people who are like over the top, like just very much this is who I am, take it or leave it. I don't really give a shit. And she's very
That's why
much
you
that
love me.
absolutely, and she very much embodies that of like this is me. So I was like is this how you've always? She's like yeah, I love doing makeup and my hair this way and my nails are all like crazy and like cool. Yeah. So again, she's very much a love who you are, and mental health is very important. You know, take your medication. You know, good mental health is important.
Right.
Type person, which
Therapy is important.
yep, very important.
It's interesting that some of the choices we picked tonight weren't just because of the vegan food they share or vegan tips. A lot
Right.
of the times, these people that we are drawn to watching or listening to or following are people that advocate mental health. And David and I are also big advocates of taking care of your mental health. So I love that we both picked people that have that as one of their focuses. You know, it's not just what you eat, it's also taking care of your mind and your body at the same time. So I like that that's a little added benefit of following these people.
Yeah, I think it's important, especially if you're the type of person who tends to not be a loner, but you tend to kind of like live in your own bubble and have and especially now everything's digital. having
Yeah.
following people, whether it be Instagram, on podcasts or YouTube, that have kind of had that positive mental attitude, and keeping finding the silver linings, keeping things right, keeping your head high, understanding that you're going to have lows and accepting that, and finding your ways out of those things is extremely important.
So we have given you a giant list of people to follow, people to watch, people to listen to, and all these people will also be listed and linked to in the show notes, so you don't have to try to go back and figure
Remember them
out
all.
what name we said. I hate when that happens.
Right. I'm gonna go follow
So
that
it'll
person.
definitely make it easy for you guys to find everything that we've talked about tonight. So we definitely encourage you to do your own research, find your own YouTube channels, your own podcast channels, but don't forget about us.
Yeah, share us.
And make sure you yes, share us. Make sure you follow us. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, or anywhere else you get your podcast fix. Make sure to leave us a review, like the people that have done so this past week, and recommend us to your friends, family, coworkers, strangers, everyone. Of course, follow us on Instagram at The Average Vegans, or email us at theaveragevegans@gmail.com. Show notes, links, and more can be found at theaveragevegans.com. We'd love to hear your vegan story. We want to know what that was like for you. What are your favorite vegan treats, your episode ideas, and whatever questions you have about the vegan lifestyle.
And if we missed any, maybe there's a YouTuber we should check out. We should share, talk about more. Instagram, anything like that. A podcast we should check out. Please let us know.
Yeah, we would love to have some more people to follow. So make sure you give us a little shout on Instagram and let us know what you think. And that's about it. I guess we'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely. See y'all next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.